Okay, good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy anniversary to my wife. Yep. Let's see. And there we go. Working from home for a little while today. So you are blessed with my beautiful deer in the background. And kids will probably be knocking on the door once they realize where I am. But today's actually kind of short and sweet. I was reading something this morning. And actually, the text message just came in. A river cuts through a rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. True statement. Just a little food for thought for you. But I was reading my Kobe Bryant book this morning, and he has in there, the agony of defeat is as low as the joy of winning is high. So if you think about that for a minute, when you win, or if you're part of a team and you win, no better feeling in the world. Good morning, Matthew. I think our good mornings started at 5:30. However, there's also the same can be said about when you lose, and when you fail to meet an objective, or you just if you're a very competitive person and you lose out on a promotion at work, like sometimes the agony of defeat is on that complete opposite. If the top of my screen right here is winning, right there is when you lose, right? And that's something that you really should always keep in perspective. He continues on to say, however, they're the exact same to me. I'm at the gym the same time after losing 50 games as I am after winning a championship. It doesn't change for me, right? So a lot of times we kind of go on both ends of the spectrum, the top of the window, the bottom of the window. We get done and we're like, I need a break. Or that was a great season. We capped it off with a win. Or whatever it is, and it's like, I'm going to back off, give my body some time to recover, rest a little bit, enjoy the celebration. However, when you want to look inside of a professional athlete, one of the best in the game, you realize like there is no days off. There's no, you can still put your work in and also enjoy, embrace, and celebrate. So, that being said, the same thing happens a lot of times when we lose, when we fail to meet an objective, when we fail to accomplish what we set out to do. We get down on ourselves and we're like, you know what, I need to, reevaluate my circumstances. And it's like, do that while you're working. Like, do that while you're still trying to push towards that goal. Don't back off, because as soon as you back off, whatever the goal might be, if it's fitness related, if it's food, relationship. Morning, Kev. Again, bright and early. I love it. Whether it's food, whether it's fitness, whether it's career. As soon as you back off, you're allowing others to catch up, pass, and even those that are slightly ahead of you to put more distance between you two, right? So whether you win or you lose, you still have to put in the same amount of work the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. That you don't have these opportunities to be lax and to take this break of like, oh, well, it was a rough season, I'm going to sulk and then I'm going to train 10 times harder than I did last year. And it's like, you should do that all the time. I was talking to a client yesterday and we were talking about, LeBron James, and natural talent will only take you so far. I played baseball with some kids that had the most amazing natural talent. They never worked at it. So by the time baseball ended, they were done. And then we'd see him next spring when it was time for baseball again. And when you consistently worked at it, all of a sudden you started to see over time the separation. The same goes in fitness, nutrition, work. Here they come. Maybe not. Maybe they're entertained enough for right now. You'll see that in those aspects. So it's really important to remember that, like, no matter what you're doing, make sure you're continually working forward. Make sure that no matter what, whether you win, you lose, or you draw, that you're always pushing, always pushing, always pushing. So I read that, and that immediately made me think of, like, wow, that's pretty good message, even though it's not, oh, good morning, Mother. Even though it's not super technical. That Kobe Bryant book, I wouldn't really, it's cool, but I wouldn't recommend it from like a book perspective. It's more of like a picture book. It's like it's like a highlight reel of his career. And then he talks a lot about how, like, different players he played against and how he would guard them, how he would beat them. But I started it, so I feel I have to finish it, and I love Kobe Bryant. And again, like, every now and then, it's like listening to a podcast. Listen to a podcast, you might pull out of an hour and a half show, you might pull like 5 gems out of there. The rest of it's just garbage BS that they run their mouth on. So, and then I try to bring those gems directly to you, so you don't have to listen to the whole podcast. But yeah, just something to think about, and again, like, that's one of those things where, you're going to have days where you're on top, you're going to have days when you're on the bottom, but the consistent day the work has to be done every day if you're going to get to where you want to go. And that takes us back to this crazy idea of 1,000 days. Good morning. I'm really loving those Amish cabinets, Val. Yeah, they look good. We had a Mennonite do ours. Basically, pretty much the same thing. They were out of Munnsville, a little bit east of you, south of you. But yeah, they do awesome work. So that work has to be done every day. Have to put in the reps. Have to get the repetitions. Cam Hanes is a professional bow hunter, ultra runner, social media influencer. He's been hunting his entire life. He's in his mid-50s. He still shoots at least 6 arrows a day, from 10 yards to 40 yards, 6 to 100 yards, like whatever it is. It's about getting the daily reps, getting the work in every single day. Doesn't have to be a ton of it, but it's got to be a daily commitment, daily focus on some level. So, and that is what is going to keep you on that trajectory forward. It might not be that straight line like they promised you in college, but it will be forward. So, hope you guys have an awesome Thursday. Again, it is August 6th. It's the beautiful day in our neighborhood. Speaking of that, has anyone seen the Tom Hanks movie? I want to see that. Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers. I want to see that. Maybe this weekend. The boys have no interest, unfortunately. So check it out if you haven't. The previews looked really good. But yeah, cool. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Your food for thought. Tomorrow I will have the boys with me. It'll be a special treat for all of you. They'll be at the office with me for the morning. Should be a blast. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.